and you're coming in.
Hi, I'm Meg.
Meg, I didn't introduce myself. Let me introduce myself to you. Meg, it's lovely to meet you. Here's my handout. Enjoy. Okay, and obviously you can tell there's no way to take notes. Do you just want to jump in? Becky, let's just give it a round of applause for Becky. You can say Sherman's here.
Okay, Sherman is here, and I think you're in for a real treat. I think he has energy and excitement, and we're going to do a high note. So we'll see you all at noon back in the Grand Trillium. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Becky. All right. So you two just grab seats, and then I'll give you my handout. So number one is here's the presentation. So first is this is the outline, but I'm going to go wherever you're going to want me to take it because I know a lot of people have some reluctance about social media. They've heard about Snapchat. It's like taking inappropriate photos and they're gone. That's the fun thing about it, or the inappropriate thing about it. Just depends on which side of the fence you like to lean. Kevin? Yeah, Sherman. Nice to meet you. If you have business card, you can give me one later. This is Linda. I think you guys have names. We'll exchange handshakes. There's something good about physicality, right? Just the touch. Not too much touch, because then you go to HR and they don't like that, right? Too much touch. So before I jump into like my canned presentation of where I want to go with everything, I want to know, what do you want to know before we just jump in and start diving into stuff? So by the way, this is on social media, and if you didn't pick up on that. Yes?
Yeah, I'm wondering, I don't do social media advertising, I don't do Facebook, I don't know if I'll have the time to do it, I don't have the resources to manage that.
Yep.
So that's why I'm here.
Yep, okay. So that's a really good point. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on another page. I want to make sure we definitely get to that, okay? Because I think what you just described, Kevin, is what all of us feel, right? Number one is, do I have the time, right? And then, really the timing about it really just comes up with strategy. Like, what is the point of it, right? Because I've already been able to do it on the cell phone or done face-to-face. I'm already able to go to networking events, and so I'm already good at doing the sales part. How does this actually fit in, right? So, and I'll just call this strategy because I went to college. Does that kind of address what you're thinking about? Okay. Anybody else?
This might be diving too deep into it, but I'm really interested in learning more about the pixel function on
Pixel?
Facebook.
Okay,
and
okay.
how that integrates with like the LinkedIn and all yeah.
So obviously,
How do you
Catherine's
contact
a little bit on the advanced stage, right, of what we're talking about. Some of us are going, well, I don't know what you're even talking about here. What are these abbreviations, okay? I just set my LinkedIn profile and changed it from like my frat photo to an actual professional photo. So if we have time, if not, Catherine, you and I we can chat afterwards, okay? I saw another hand. Yes?
I was just wondering, like, without any metrics, how do you know what platforms to invest in for your business? Like,
Okay.
I'm
So really easy. A lot of them have baked in metrics that you can already see, just so you know. But we'll get to that, and it's Jennifer, right? Jessica. Shame on you.
Everyone calls me Jennifer since the day you do.
Okay, then I can just call you something with a J. You're cool. All right. I like that flexibility. I will try to remember all your names, but I know, like, when I come back in a month and we run into each other on the street or whatever, I might have forgotten your name. It's easy for me, right? Because if you look around the room, I'm like the only Asian guy here. I'm 6 feet tall, so I'm a freak of nature. And at least in Eau Claire, one guy in New York City was like, "Dude, we got tons of you guys." Ah, good point. Good point. Okay, so. So metrics, analytics, and then your second part to your question really was like, where do I invest time, right? So I'd say, let's just call this which one, right? Okay, my handwriting gets worse over time. As you notice, I get too excited and / lazy. Okay, so anything else?
I just have one too.
Yes,
because
Joe.
we use all of it.
All right.
For real estate, and
Yes.
so we use it with our company. We use it personally. Do you have any streamlining, managing all of your accounts?
Yes.
So it gets, because throughout the day, I mean, it's one thing to do it just in the morning, but there's things that come up, and you don't want to people too much, oversaturate people.
Yes, absolutely. Very good point. So, and that gets a little bit to Kevin, kind of the how-to, the strategy, the point of it. How do I invest my time? this becomes a very big piece, right? How do I basically handle all this junk? Because I'm not a 16-year-old girl. Well, actually, my wife did call me like a 14-year-old girl the other day, based on like my devotion to social media. So let's take a big step back. Number one is I'm not in marketing. I'm not in some organization that focuses on creating websites or, so there's no, number one is there's no like $2.99 buy my stuff at the end of this presentation, right? I'm a financial advisor and I happen to devote a ton of time and attention into this junk, right? I was literally on the drive here Snapchatting phone call, right? Because Snapchat, you can have international phone calls. There was not video, it was a phone call like this. She knows how I roll. And so it's a guy in England, and he's telling me all about his marketing, what he wants to do in this nonprofit organization focused on domestic violence. And it has nothing to do with me, right? Has no value. Like, I'm not going to give him financial advice across the pond, right? I'm literally located within the United States. I did try to get into Canada, just based on some clients. But we'll see if the corporate office lets me. So the point that I'm going here with you is that all that you're going to learn from me is exactly what I do, right? And so you're going to be able to, you'll see and you'll say and you'll go, okay, so obviously I might not know exactly that. It's just coming from my perspective. I'm in a sales-based business, right? So for a lot of stuff that I do on social, like all my conversations will never go. Well, not never, I guess to say 1 out of a million will be like, yeah, sure, I don't mind my financial stuff being talked about in public. But almost everything that I do in my day job is never going to go on social media, just because it's so private, right? But if I sit down with you, Kevin, do you want people to know about your financial goals and what you've done, what you've saved? Not at all, right? Like, there's no reason why you'd want that out there. So, and on top of it, that my compliance is all up in my business when it comes to any tweet, any post, any LinkedIn. Heck, we just got an email the other day. It's like, if you repost something, make sure that you're not like saying stupid stuff, even though it's somebody else's, right? So I'm heavily compliance. But that all that stuff, that said, it was an excuse to not do something, right? So I literally sat on it. Who remembers when the internet first came out? Okay? Raise your hands. I know a lot of you are basically my age. If not, you're like 10 years older. So I know you guys know when it used to be like, you've got mail, right? We all know that sound. It's AOL, right? And I remember the bank I belonged to, Zions Bank in Utah, would literally have a raffle every day if you would go onto their website and click on a little treasure chest. So like they were literally, they had no idea how to monetize websites. They just knew that if a lot of people came there, that was a good thing. Right? And then you had all these .coms would come up, and then obviously 2001 we just totally had the bubble burst, right? So with that being said, I will share with you basically what I do, the details, the dirty, I waste a ton of time on some of it, and some of it has been totally beneficial. So I guess the waste of time really we'll end up finding out, right? So I'll put a ton of time and attention on certain things, and all of a sudden, you know, they change the algorithm on how things are being posted. Next thing you know, it's not working out. So there's got to be a real structure to it. Graham and Don both gave great presentations when it came to website, when it came to just your strategy and your presentation. So I think if none of you went to their presentations, definitely talk to Don afterwards. I think Graham's not in here, so find him. He talked about like basically your website. So in all of this, you need to have a strategy. Okay. So first thing, so this is totally, if you want to pull your phone out and you want to look at Instagram, this is me, right? Sherman On, there isn't any separation between personal and business, it's just all me, right? So I'll throw posts of me working out, I'll throw posts, just recaps of the day. I'm on YouTube as well, I guess you should shove that in there. But some of the stuff you can't see because I keep some of it private, just based on my job, they tell me to keep that private. So YouTube, same place. So again, if you want to have your phone out, you want to kind of pull up your Facebook, we'll go through some different tactics, some different ideas that you can do. But ultimately, when it comes down to having the separation between a personal one and a business one, that's your own prerogative, right? So number one is when it's personal, you have the ability to keep things private, right? So then you're only connecting with people that are your friends, people that reach out to you are only your friends, right? Or you have to approve anybody that wants to post on your page. Anybody that wants to reach out to you or send you a message, you have to approve. That's a private account. The public one, which is really business, I would almost argue with anyone that you would want your business one to be completely public. You want anyone to be able to search certain hashtags or certain words and find you, right? If you make your business Facebook or whatever account private, you're going to have a very difficult time. The thing that I would say is right now, I think we're really on the cutting edge. How many of you how many of you actually listen to your voicemails now, like today? Like raise it high. You're proud, I still listen to my voicemails. Okay, so those of you that look around, that's half the room. If I can't get someone on voicemail, you know what I do? I send them a text message. And guess what they do? They respond back to me a text message. There is so much of my job that's now done. Oh, I'll cut this part out. There's so much of my job that's done that is not done on the phone anymore. To set up meetings, it's on email. To set up meetings, it's on text. I do set up meetings literally through Instagram Messenger, through Facebook Messenger, right? All these other tools. That's why I'm going to cut that out because I meant to only do it on approved. Anyway, so you have to skirt around it a little bit. So the interesting thing about that is when it comes to the actual phone. Who remembers when the phone would ring? First off, who remembers there used to be a landline on the phone, right? And you would race, right? It would ring, and everyone's like, "Yeah, I want it." Right now, the phone rings, and I'm like, "Who is it?" Oh, forget it. It's somebody asking me to like lower my interest rate on one of my credit cards. It's so ambiguous. It's just a telemarketer, right? So if you're not programmed in my phone, there's pretty good odds I'm not picking up. And then if you don't have the courtesy to leave me a text message or a voicemail, I know it's not that important. How many of you have over 100 unread emails in your accounts right now? Yep, okay, he's a little shy about that. Number one is don't play that game of trying to like clean up your inbox. It will never happen. The other thing that I'd say is all those things that you think you're eventually going to read, just delete it. You're not going to get around to it. And unsubscribe from all that junk, right? Like, oh my God, there's so many emails. I think I'm at like 700, 800 unread emails. But I know if I go through and I do the fun game of like cleaning out my email inbox, guess what happens over the weekend? Bam, boom, 200 by the time I come on Monday, and then I just waste my time another 2 hours getting through this thing to feel good about it as I'll check it all off, right? So, with that thought process, majority of us are total skimmers, right? So you look at the email, if it seems important, I'll respond to it immediately. If not, guess what? It goes unread, and I don't get to it. So, the reason why I bring that up is because our attention is going to different places right now. So how many of you are in sales on a service, right? So Shelly, you mentioned houses. So even though it's a tangible thing, it's all about sales, right? So I mean, it's service versus an actual tangible product. So how many of you sell a tangible product, like it's like an actual widget, like let's say Kirby vacuums or medical devices? Kind of? What are you selling?
Nutrition products.
Nutritional products, yes. So I can take them, I can consume them.
Security systems, security products.
Okay, so actual like hardware.
Wine and spirits.
Well, okay, like heaven, like that's happiness. She's selling happiness in a bottle, everybody. Okay, so anybody else selling an actual hard product? Well, so everybody else is on the service side, right? So was it consultancy work? What about you? Consultant. What about you?
Pressure washing services.
Pressure washing. Okay, so somewhat. It's more service, right, based on what you do. It's the value that you bring versus, hey, this is water at a high pressure, right? Fair enough. Fair enough. What about you, Kevin? So there's two Kevins in here. Kevin, Kevin?
I do both, IT services as well as tangible products.
Okay, so the actual hardware comes with
services,
it. Okay. Do you find that there's more value? Probably there's more profitability, but do you find that clients have a tendency to? Do you sell more of one over the other?
Not necessarily.
Okay, so
usually one goes with the other.
Usually it's almost hand in hand. Okay, or I guess it'd be hand in glove, right? Because there's separate things. Anybody else kind of service? What about you?
Senior living community.
So okay, so you basically place to live, right? Safety, security. So a lot of things, and Don kind of brought that up, right? That people aren't buying, I'm not buying Herbalife, right? I'm buying the building what it does for me, like health and nutrition, glossy hair, nice skin, which I have. Glassy hair. Okay, so first is let's go some rudimentary social media 101. What does IG stand for? Instagram. Okay. What about TW? Twitter. Facebook. Okay, I spelled that one out. Gave it to you. LinkedIn. That horrible handwriting. That's YouTube. And then what's SC? Snapchat. Okay. So the interesting thing about it is how many users are on Facebook right now? Not of you. Who knows like how many people worldwide? About 1.3 billion people. Okay? So if you think about the amount of people that are actually there from an attention standpoint, it's surreal. It's insane. So of the products and services that you guys all offer, how many of it has to stay local? Like, so for example, I mean, yes, if somebody gives you $1 million, you'll fly out to New Jersey and you'll set them up. But majority of like your clients, let's say 90% is gonna come right here in Chippewa Falls, basically, area. How many would say that, yeah, that's the truth? That's really true about real estate, right? Okay, let's raise your hand again just so I can kind of get a glimpse. Okay, so it's about half the room. The other half of you don't mind, right? Herbalife, hey, somebody's in Timbuktu, they have internet access, they want to be able to join, they want to sell, they want to consume, boom, option, right? And so what I find here oftentimes is what people are looking for in you is they want real, right? They want personality. And they don't want to always be sold, right? So if let's say Shelly's got a site, and all that is her entire Facebook is just every listing of every home, guess what's going to happen? Dude, sorry, next one, right? Because just think about the attention span of an individual, right? Even though I might want a 4-bedroom, 4-bedroom, 3-bath house, I'm not going to waste my time scrolling through on a Facebook page to find something, right? I want it quicker, right? So I want ease of business. I want ease of finding something. So if you think about like what you are doing, you got to have some kind of strategy to it. And the other thing that I would say for those of you that either manage people or lead people, this is a great way to see what your employees are saying about, I hate Mondays, right? They post that, they tweet that. I can't stand my boss. And you might not be the boss, but your boss, you might be just one of the middle managers. Now all of a sudden you can get a good glimpse on what's going on. And yes, somebody might say, well, they shouldn't post that stuff. So what? They do. So wouldn't it be a great way to really capture what they are saying? The other thing that I think Graham had brought up was, you guys know your business, you know what your clients are saying. Do you really? Right? Just because they're back of like we are literally surveyed to death. Right? I leave Walmart, here's a survey on the back. You could win $1,000 amongst 1 billion people that are buying from Walmart this week, right? I go to Taco Bell, here's a survey, please fill it out. Oh, you downloaded that app, please fill it out. Right? We are surveyed literally to death. And so the question really becomes is, are you really getting actual good sampling from that survey of people that like it? They're going to take their time. People that hate it, they're going to take their time. And you get literally nothing in between those metrics. People that love it, people that hate it, and everything in between is lost because they don't care to give you any feedback. I had a great experience with Catherine, who gave me great service at Taco Bell, so I can even put it in there. This person was a total jag, Kevin, when he did my service, right? So now all of a sudden you only get the two extremes, right? That's the problem about getting surveys. But the beauty of these is that people are just being people, and they're posting it up. The interesting thing about so I was just doing some research, and I apologize to Grant because I was totally just feeding through, I was just presenting. But what I was looking at was hashtag Eau Claire. What are people saying about the city? And the number one thing in the last 2 days has been about what? It's one of the number one things we talk about as Americans. Weather. And most importantly, the sunset. I don't know what it was, but there's literally probably almost 100 posts just on the sunset of Eau Claire last night. Amazing. So that being said, as you think about what you're doing, what your presence is, you want to think about who's actually going to come to your website, right? So if let's say, let me go back here to this table. Let's see. What's this table? What about you? Yes, Linda. How about you? What is it that you guys offer? Marketing consulting. Okay. So majority of the time, are your clients going to be here then locally? Anywhere. Okay. So if you were just to, right now, when you go to a networking meeting like this, how many people, who's going to be here, right? Only local, right? You have a presence online, now all of a sudden it blossoms, right? Now you have literally millions of people, right? Instagram has 600 million people now on Instagram, which is just insane. Snapchat, I think, is at like 200 million. And then Twitter is like 140, maybe 140 million. Right, so now all of a sudden you have access to a multitude, right? So as you think about your clients, what do you think, what prompts them to want to buy?
My clients are looking for marketing services, so most of them are trying to expand their digital presence online.
Okay, so they want. So I think this is one of the, I think all of us know this intuitively, being salespeople. Thank you, Kevin. We know this intuitively, right, Lena? We kind of have an idea if we were to just take a step back and say, okay, if we think about our clients, our customers, people that buy from us, we know to a certain extent what motivates them to buy, right? That there's something that we have, but really we need, what we're trying to